Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. So today, I'm going over give you about 3 little ideas of things to keep focused and things to think about to boost your business. It's already October. It's going to be October in a couple days. The 3/4 of the year is done. So I do it in my business every quarter. It just feels like, how like the end of the month or beginning of the month, the beginning of the week, end of the week, beginning of the quarter, end of the quarter, beginning of the year, end of the year. Anytime you hit those timelines, sometimes we kind of refocus. Kind of like I always say, the diet starts every Monday. So in real estate and business, sometimes at the end of a quarter or at the beginning of the next quarter, you're looking back to what you've been doing. So 3/4 of the year are over. And sometimes some agents, the last quarter of the year, it's kind of like the slides down, like, end of the year, soon I'll be getting to the holiday season, things kind of sliding down. October might be big, and then November, and then December, they just really slack off and say, we'll just wait and start at the beginning of the year. So now go back and think, what have you accomplished? Have your behaviors, the first 3/4 of the year, have your behaviors been in line with your goals? Have you been doing the things that you want to do to get to your goals? Where are you in your goals? So if you sat down before the year started and you said, I want to sell this many houses, this many appointments, this many calls, this many listings, this many buyers, this many appointments, are you at that goal? Are you above that goal? And I have agents out there that are above their goals. They're like, wow, this is a great year. I've been having a great year, but I get them on this, not closings and sales. Have you been following up with your goals for appointments and calls and building your database and prospecting? Because sometimes when it's a great market or a good market, it just becomes a little bit easier. Things come out of the woodworks, things kind of fall out of the tree on their own. So if your business is like that, like, wow, I had more buyers or listings that just fell out of the tree because of all the prospecting and things you've been doing, but have you been out there getting those prospects, getting those buyers, getting those sellers? So are you at? So sit down today, this week, before the last few days of the quarter, and go, where are my goals? Where are my limits? Where am I at? Are you above it? Are you at it? All right, you're below it. And wherever you are, that you could really finish off the last quarter of the year strong with whatever you want to do. I get this all the time. Especially when we get into the winter months. So I'm preparing you now for when you start making excuses, if you make excuses, of, it's winter, it's cold, it's snow, the market's slower in winter. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not the Nostradamus of real estate, but I think this winter is going to be stronger than other winters. Also, winter, this is a perfect time to prospect. People are more inside. They're not doing as much. This is a perfect time to go door knocking. Perfect time to go, it's January, middle of January. Someone's knocking on the door. Who's not going to answer it? Someone coming through the cold is important. They want to talk to us. There's different, you could still do your prospecting coming up, but you're getting ready now. Don't wait to the time to do it. And the funny thing I hear all the time, especially people in Ohio or Cleveland, that still sells real estate, and they have more snow, and it's colder than us. I have friends that are real estate agents in North Dakota and Alaska, and I love to show agents the difference in temperatures when we're complaining about 25 degrees here. I remember last year, one time I was showing someone, it was 29 degrees in Cleveland. It was negative 29 degrees in Alaska, where I have a friend that sells real estate up there in negative degrees all winter long. So Get ready now. Don't make excuses because it's the end of the year or holiday season or winter. It just seems like a lot of agents kind of go on that slide. So here are and then let me give you some numbers. I've said this before in other videos. It takes 50 good conversations with people to equal one sale. So if you want, in a year, you want to sell 20 houses a year, do the math, 50 conversations. So if you want to do 20 sales a year, that's 1,000 good conversations. 20 sales, 1,000 good conversations. Divide that by how many days are in the year. I'm just doing my rough math. That's about 3 a day, a little over 3 a day of good conversations with people will equal 20 sales a year. Just the math always works out. So we have good conversations, making appointments, talking to people about real estate, and 50 equals each one. And then also all of the agents, if you have been in the business less than 5 years, right now, again, percentages, averages, statistics, how accurate they are, but we all the time for years they've always said they're 85% drop off of agents within the first 5 years. So 85% of realtors fail their first after 5 years of being in real estate. That's high. But you can, if you're in this business more than 5 years, congratulations, you made it past the 85%. Just being in the business, not failing, getting out of the business. So keep that in mind. But you have all the ability to do the exact same thing as everybody else. It's like the easiest and hardest things to do. It's calls, networking, meeting people. Whoever makes the most appointments wins. As simple as that. Whoever's talking to the most people about real estate, having quality conversations, having appointments to talk about buying, talking about selling, to talk, appointments virtually, over the phone, in person, to discuss future real estate transactions or current ones that they want to make now. The more appointments, the more calls, the more quality conversations wins. It doesn't matter. It just works out that way. So here are some 3 things to think about all of the time, and the things that you could do right now, the last quarter of the year. So number 1 is commit to the right behaviors. You got to commit to the right behaviors every day. Every day you got to do something positive in your business. So number 1 is commit. Number 2 is make yourself accountable. If you're thinking right now that the last 3 months or last 3 quarters, you haven't really hit your goals, you haven't done what you wanted to do, you're not making yourself accountable. Add some type of pleasure or pain to accountability. I know that's hard for us to do sometimes, to be accountable to ourselves. So try to figure out some pain to give yourself. It could be an easy thing, like you donate money to something or charity, or write a check to your kids, or do something that would make you have to do something that you don't normally like to do, but it's a positive thing to do. I always remember Tony Robbins said that it's 3 times harder. We'll do things 3 times more to avoid pain than get pleasure. So we will work 3 times harder to avoid pain than to get pleasure. I remember Tony Robbins saying that once many years ago in one of the videos or things. Says that we'll avoid pain more than we will work hard to get pleasure. So if you think of something that's painful that you would do, that you would make yourself accountable, if you don't make your calls, you don't do your prospecting, you don't do the things you want to get done, then that is something that could be helpful to you. And then third and last thing, you've got to track and measure everything and make sure it's visual. So make sure it's visual, that every day, maybe you have a board in your office, a home office, maybe you have it on your desktop, on your or on your phone, or in a list, something that you could see often. Is make it visual of what you're accomplishing, what you're doing. You can know that you're tracking, that you're just doing the right things to get your business done. So those 3 things I think about every day is commit to the right behaviors, to is make yourself accountable to get these things done. Reward yourself, or have some type of pain or discomfort of something if you don't get it done. And 3, track and measure it all of the time. These 3 things you have to be doing all the time. And you start now, you'll have a great end of the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter. You'll have a good start in the 1st quarter of 2021. Wow, 2021 coming up in 3 months. So you get ready for that too. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully those 3 things help you out. And remember, reach out to me, use me as a resource, call me, text me, email me, set up an appointment with me, which is a positive thing to do for your business if you want to talk about how to grow your business. So that's it. We'll see you tomorrow at 11. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.